Hi guys, this is CG from the Galactic Soul coming to you with your June energy update. We're gonna go over a lot of the energy that is around June and what could be happening due to the energy levels of things that are coming from outside of our planet versus the things that are coming in from others on our planet. So definitely stick around if you want to know more. But here we are, June. Can you believe it? It's literally the middle of the year. And I feel like this is such a transitional moment for so many souls on this planet, just because we can really reevaluate where we started in the beginning of the year and where we want to end. And it's kind of like, okay, I wanted to get X, Y, and Z done, but I really wasn't able to. So let's prioritize what we want and what we want to work on. Right? So, because we can plan all we want in January, right? We can plan all we want, but stuff happens, life happens, and we need to make sure that we are reevaluating and seeing what we really need to prioritize moving into the second half of the year. So I already pulled some cards, but let's see if Spirit has anything else for us. This is for the June collective energy. So let's see what flew out. That's the ending note here. But overall, and I don't want to cause anyone to be upset or anything like that, but a lot of tension is going to be around us during this month. We do have, starting a few days ago, and it's really ramping up right now, we have the geomagnetic storm that is happening. It is a G4 severe storm right outside of our atmosphere, and that is going to cause some physical ailments that we might have, whether that is a lot of sinus pressure, ears ringing, just overall fatigue, right? Overall fatigue that may cause us, because we are really shifting our frequency to the frequencies that are coming in from that geomagnetic storm. We are used to the 7.83 hertz. We are used to that because that is the normal natural heartbeat of the planet. That is what Earth rings at, 7.83. But with these random frequencies coming in from these geomagnetic storms, from things that we really have no control over in our universe, it really comes in and it affects us from day to day. If you do want energy updates, definitely follow along because I do them every single day to let you guys know what you might be seeing, what you might be feeling, and anything like that. So definitely hit subscribe. But overall in June, there's going to be a lot of tension, especially within the first 2 weeks or so. There's really going to be a lot of cosmic and karmic ties coming up. And it's not just this lifetime, it's really ancestral lines deep, like a generational traumas coming up and a lot of childhood, inner child work that is going to come up. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I thought I went through this already. I thought I healed this part of me, but really, and that totally could have been true. But the more that the universe brings this up, the more healed you're going to be about that specific situation. So we really want to make sure that as we go through the month of June, it's not really putting such a hard reasoning as to why this is coming up. We just have to allow it to come up and release it again. Because the more that we allow it to come up and release again, the more it's going to be easier to move on. Also, I feel like it's a really nice way to be like, oh my gosh, this is coming up again, but how beautiful is it that it's not going to make me sick for weeks and weeks and weeks as it did in the past. It really just reminds me what I've been through and where I've come from. Those little things that trigger you are going to happen this month. But people may trigger you, but you are also going to trigger other people. We are all playing this role. We're all playing the good and the bad, the good and the bad. We have the World card here, or I'm sorry, the Wheel of Fortune here. There's going to be ebb and flows. There's going to be things where it's like, there's good and bad in this world. And we play both sides. We play both sides here. I'm also seeing, we have the Death card, we have Knight of Swords, we have the Hermit, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Devil, we have the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Those last four cards, definitely the last few weeks of June. But we are going through this transitional phase of the beginning of June where it's going to come and go fast. We are going to be activated with these triggers to choose. We are going to want to choose whether we want to burn a bridge or instead give love, because there is this sabotage card of the Devil where these two beings, a feminine and a masculine on the card, these two beings have these chains around their neck, but they are so loose that they can literally just take it off. And it's very much that simple. It's kind of pausing and rethinking, is there something that can come out of this? And if not, then take it off. Because there's going to be a time where you need to breathe, and we need to literally rise up over the situation, whatever the trigger is, and be like, look, this is not for me anymore, and just release it. Because if we don't do that, we're just going to go into that cycle again, right? So we want to get those triggers out of here. And there is going to be some points in this whole triggering process where the hermit is literally, because we do have the hermit. So the hermit is going inside and finding your lighthouse and being like, is this issue still going to matter in 5 years? What I am upset about, what I'm angry about, this is coming up right now for me to work through it again. But is this really going to, if I act on this, is this really going to change anything? Is this really going to change anything? And the situation that you're going through, and probably the answer is no. So we're going to work through those relationship patterns. We're going to see a lot of ancestral stuff coming up. And it's really going to be difficult for you to not take things personally. And you might react to something just because you're going through all of this turmoil of stirring the pot and really going through this. And you might react very mean or angry towards someone that you really do love and care about. So just be mindful and understand that you can't take that out on others because you are going through it. And if you do, be sure to reconcile with whoever that is, because they love you and they want you to heal, but you might cause some friction there. So just be mindful of that going into June. I feel like that's really going to help. But these triggers, you really can't bypass them. There's really nothing that you can do that can really help here, because we do have the death card, which is full on transition, right? And the devil also gives that energy as well. So we need to understand that we cannot bypass these feelings that are coming up. We really have to work through them. I feel like in the middle of the month is when you're going to be like, I need some distance. I need some hermit mode situation, which is totally okay. But make sure you understand, or you say that to your loved one, saying, hey, I need some time. I'm processing things right now, because allowing them to know that you are going through a time of hermiting and processing, they will be more respectful rather than you just yelling at them and coming at them, because they're not understanding where you're at. So it is better to let them know where you're coming from and what you're going through at this given time. So really just understand that. However, the end of the month is going to be a lot cleaner, a lot better. It's kind of, you're releasing these triggers and releasing this old generational trauma, this ancestral trauma, and you're going into this new realm of, now that I've released that, I'm calling in all of the abundance and I'm slapping that into place. I'm slapping that in its place and I'm allowing that abundance to come in, and I allow it. I give myself permission to have this abundance, this happiness, this luck, this new beginning, because we are starting the second half of the year. It is a great time to reevaluate. So we have the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, it's completion. It's having everything that you emotionally need. You understand yourself emotionally and you are taking that into the next steps. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is supporting of your abundance, supporting of what is coming in. You are allowing and giving yourself permission to allow this abundance in. And by abundance, I don't mean money. I don't mean, it literally could be happiness. It could be a new relationship. It could be any that truly allows you to physical touch. It's not a feeling. It's really just having that person, or having, and it could be a car, a new house, whatever. But you are supporting yourself and allowing that abundance to flow through. Then we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a very much more aggressive situation. And this aggressiveness, it's really, you're just ready for anything. And you're allowing everything to come through because you did let go of that baggage. You did allow that to go through, and allowing all of that murkiness to get out of there. Because with the Emperor, it's kind of, I did it, I made it here, but also I have my armor on and I am ready to throw down if I have to. And that's really the main part of June, where going into July, you're really stepping into your power. You're stepping into your strength. And this is not just a specific sign. This is all of humanity, all of human consciousness. We are stepping into our power finally, and we are accepting all of this new energy. And really, we've been working on, especially since February. February was the main start of the huge shift. And through May, the amount of grief and turmoil and sadness and anger that we released as a collective is the amount of 10, 15 years. It's absolutely insanity. So make sure that we close out that chapter in the beginning of June in order to allow all of this new abundance energy to come through. Thank you so much for being here today for this June energy update. I'm so happy that you joined. If you did enjoy this, as well as you want to hear more about your specific sign energy updates, or if you want to hear more about the Schumann resonance, definitely hit subscribe below. And if this did resonate, give me a thumbs up and let me know what you're doing this month as it does start summer. So can't wait to hear from you guys. And I am so happy you're here for the journey. Sending you so much love and light.